Why do you insist on making my life so inconvenient? Can I have a hug? We should come to you. Someone got sunburnt.
I don't want any sauce splashes on my precious books.
I definitely haven't put these books on my camera on a book pile. Hello and welcome to another episode of Casual Cooking. I asked you a while ago, what do you want to see? You said casual cooking vids among book videos. I have a plan for that, and film videos, which I also have a plan for that. So here we are, casual cooking in my 12th week of lockdown. I'm sure my mum's pulling faces at me. I'm sure many of you have taken turns cooking. For those of you who've gone home to your families, are cooking a like quinoa, spicy quinoa thing. It's from BBC Goodreads. I always say BBC Goodreads. I mean BBC Good Food, as you know. I'm filming this though on Tuesday, so that's for Tuesday when people did all the Tuesday blackout stuff. I do want to talk about that, but obviously you noticed I haven't branded or marketed this video along those lines because I don't want to take up any of that space from any black creators. So I just want to start by saying if there are different ways you can help. I will link loads of ways in the description. Donate if you can, sign petitions if you can, and I do want to maybe talk a little bit about solidarity versus performative activism. Not that obviously I'm any kind of authority on that. I just want to also make sure that I can direct you to better resources. And I've been thinking about, I feel like we need more content also around things like white privilege. You know, white people don't make those videos very often because it is, an uncomfortable topic, but if you're not, obviously it's uncomfortable. So I obviously just want to hear what your thoughts are on that. And yeah, I'll put a literal shit ton of resources down below as well. And I also made, just want to say at the beginning as well, I've got a shelf on Goodreads, a BAME shelf on Goodreads, and I'm still obviously taking any recommendations that you have. I'm trying to actively keep that list updated. So yeah, go check that out as well. And remember, to be asked me to be my friends on Goodreads, which means I also see what you're reading. So come on guys, let's not let the side down. It's all good and well posting a black square and being I stand in solidarity. I'm okay, but you also have to do the work, and you also have to have the uncomfortable conversations and do something about it. I hope this is me using my privilege and influence to do better. Also, it grinds my gears so much that there's so many white influencers who are influencers who happy to peddle you shit like detox teas and literal laxatives or whatever and shit like that, and take your money, but then they are not willing to say anything about Black Lives Matter or especially created in the UK, or they think it doesn't apply. And I'm that's bullshit. Your entire job description is influencer. You may as well influence. Yeah, I will direct you to as many resources as I can, especially free resources as well, and black creators, because they are very worthy of your attention. And yeah, UK isn't innocent, so let's make a quinoa. Christ. Also, it's bullshit for people to say I don't want to get political, because this isn't a political issue. This is a human rights issue. Quinoa time. And then the onions. This is actually surprisingly easy. So we've got some baby courgettes, my friends. I don't particularly like courgettes, but I'm trying. So they're the baby ones, which seem less intimidating. We have some of these. It said a mixed bag of vegetables, so I'm kind of okay. Also, I'm trying to feed 5 people. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Okay, I've never made anything with quinoa before. I like this. I'm British quinoa. My mother liked to call it quinoa, by the way. So, do any of your parents do things like that? Haha, just immigrant things, lol. Yeah, British quinoa. Let's see how this does. Also, if you're interested, this is the pile of books that this was sat on. Yeah. Basically, almost everything that I've cooked so far in lockdown has been vegetarian. It's all been fine. I did a vegetarian stir fry. That did not go down well. And then my pièce de resistance, this lockdown cooking has been, I made falafel burgers. That did not go down well. I didn't even like them. Don't tell my siblings, because they have taken the piss out of me for months now about it, and I refuse to give in, so I'm standing firm that they were just being pussies, but I was bad, guys. I didn't like it either. I think I should have like fried the garlic and the onion beforehand, because it meant that like in the patty that was basically meant that like part of the patty had like raw garlic and onion in it, and then I added loads of spices and I was like, oh no. Ooh, spices, obviously. Spice up your life, kids. Also, then on the book front, I do want to do a book video. My plan is to do a book haul video of like, I have a list of books that I want, but the ones that I've put on my BAME list that I really want to read are The Good Immigrant, which is actually a book Hannah Witten. I first heard it because Hannah Witten recommended it to me in a video that I watched, and I told myself at the time I wanted to read it, but then I never did, so I'm like, okay, no time like the present. Why I'm no longer talking to white people about race, and then White Fragility. So those are the ones I want to like order and get now. Oh, and there's also like one of those, you know, this Penguin Classic, like modern Penguin Classics that I've been reading, like the little ones. There's one by Audre Lorde. She's new to me, and the quote on the front is like, the master's tools won't disassemble the master's house. It's on screen. Correcting myself. I love editing Emma. She knows, so she's like, you know, she's like all-knowing. I think it's also a question of just, you know, passivity versus activity. It's fine being not part of the problem, but then you also should be part of the solution. This really doesn't look very much food. How am I supposed to do this quinoa? Quinoa. Oh, it said milk as well. Oh my god, I brought milk. Should I use the milk since I brought all this milk first? What's a litre of milk?
A litre?
Yeah, a litre of milk.
That's
yeah, because the thing is, I'm looking at it now, that's not a lot of food. I'm probably gonna have to double it because Adam
but the quinoa will...
Quinoa.
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 The quinoa.
Quinoa. You try. You try. What am I doing? Right, this recipe is, and I cannot stress this enough, literal trash. So, we're going to do the quinoa first. We're gonna do it straight into the milk. Oh god. Oh, this feels very wrong. Then we will do the vegetables, and then we will, once the quinoa is done, we'll do everything else. Cool. Because this is gonna take like 30 minutes. My other obstacle today, lads, is the Aga. The Aga hates me. I've had so many paddies when I've been like cooking here because the Aga, I can't stand the Aga. It takes so long to heat water up. It's really infuriating. Never mind, we're not using water, we're using milk. It doesn't, I am suspicious about this. I don't know how this is actually gonna go. God forgive me for I have sinned. Oh no. Oh god. That's gonna do its thing. I'm not gonna let it overboil. Have you ever overboiled milk? Slightly horrendous. So now we're going to chop all the vegetables, yeah! I'm like so low energy for this video, forgive me. Oh, actually, if you guys have loads of different like any like favorite quinoa, like including recipes, focus on my face, I would love to hit those. I just want more like veggie stuff. I've been trying to get the family to eat more vegetarian, and we don't mind it, but then they complain about protein and gains and make the argument that they're like, you never seen you like vegan Olympians. I'm like, okay, boys. Okay, chop time. So here goes nothing. Can you even see anything? I swear to God, this better work, or I'm gonna be so annoyed. I just I have to keep an eye on that. This literally happened about 30 seconds after I stopped doing that. Okay, whose idea honestly was to put milk in this? Milk is so fucking volatile. Look at these teeny tiny courgettes. Oh, they don't look so yucky now. Okay. Okay, so this kind of does look right. Right? That's exciting. I'm probably going to have to add more liquid, but you know, will it be milk? Will it be water? Only one way to find out. And then look at these vegetables. Oh, oh, oh yeah, sexy. Oh yeah, so sexy. I'm gonna, oops. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This was like a one pot recipe, and I think that's a lie. You know what, I have a feeling I'm gonna be here a while either way. There you go. Ooh, colours. Yeah, yeah. Is this going to be enough to feed 5 people? I don't know. Woohoo. I'm going to add the spice because otherwise it's not going to taste of anything. I said like 4 of these. This is probably a 2. 1 for good luck. Okay, we're gonna let this do its thing, and this may do its thing. I don't know what the thing is, but we're gonna let it happen. The alcohol isn't just hot enough. Like a gas hob is so much better. But yeah, like what I said about being like passive versus active, I would look into like, you know, the ways that you can help rather than do nothing and be like, oh, I'm not part of the problem, this doesn't apply to me. Find ways that you can be part of the solution. A lot of what people have been saying is like, just because you're not like, okay, you maybe not be racist, but you're not anti-racist either if you don't do anything. And neutrality does make you complicit. There's a Desmond Tutu quote, and then there's also a Dante quote. The Desmond Tutu one is, you know, if you choose to stay neutral in times of crisis, you are on the side of the oppressor. And the Dante one is, oh shit, it's the darkest places in hell are reserved for those who don't do anything. Be active about this, and don't worry, it's not a trend. It's not going to go away. This will take decades, if not centuries. So do what you can now, and don't just do it because it's a trend or because you felt like, oh, all of your mates are like posting like a black square, so that means you have to do it or you look like a racist. So do it because you care and because you actually want change, not because you feel guilted into it and then you can like almost cleanse your hands of any responsibility because look, the record shows that I did something. So do more and donate and sign and protest. The only concern that I have over like literal protests right now and going out, especially in the UK, is that obviously we are still in the middle of a pandemic. A pandemic that is disproportionately affecting BAME communities. Please just think about that. And do keep it in mind. You can have good intentions, but good intentions aren't everything, and sometimes you can actually do more damage. And also another thing is, if I ever say anything that's like wrong, I guess I use that in quotation marks because I do have good intentions, and this goes for like pretty much across the board. Do, you know, like, I guess Rach just call me out on it. If I ever do something or say something stupid, just like educate me, and I'm doing the best I can to educate myself. But it's the whole thing of like, you know, I'm white, like I'm never going to understand. But also saying that is like, oh, do you then like, you know, relinquish any responsibility there? But like, you know, but that goes across the board if I ever say anything stupid. I really hope this food works or my family are going to be so annoyed with me again. I'm currently losing in terms of who made the worst lockdown meal. It's not going good, lads. Not going very well. And you know, just like let me know what you guys are reading, what you recommend. Oh yeah, maybe TV shows as well, and also follow like on Twitter, follow people like Ava DuVernay. Ooh, and Matthew A. Cherry as well. They won the Oscar for best short film this year. It's his short Hair Love. It was released by Sony, so I think that's online, so I will link that as well for you. That is a very, very sweet film. So he's really good to follow on Twitter as well. There are so many resources online, and like even if you don't necessarily like buy a book or can like physically donate, like there's still loads of ways that you can like help and educate yourself and others. So I'm going back to London this week though. I'm very excited about it. I'm gonna actually see my friends. Oh, I did see one of my friends for a like not long distance, for like a socially distant walk, and then we sat in the garden 2 meters apart, of course, and had coffee and stuff, which was really, really nice. She brought her dog. Her dog is called Meg. My friend actually has, she has like a dog for every weekday. Many dogs. That was really nice. We are still in the middle of a pandemic, so feels a little bit like apocalyptic. And also do yourselves a favor and like don't give that much coverage or whatever to like any of that like propaganda or like the looting and stuff. Like focus on what this is about. Is my mother there?
Yes.
How are you?
Well, it's a bit cold outside.
My mother has been planting her potatoes. Can I tell them to follow you on Twitter? Mama? She doesn't know. My mother is currently working on something top secret. Can I say what it is? My mother is writing a book proposal, which I haven't read yet, so I'm going to read that today.
Yeah, right.
She's working on a book proposal. She's got Twitter. Follow her on Twitter. She needs them followers for that clout, though. Mum, I feel like this is taking forever. What if it's crap?
What's crap?
We're cooking.
Food.
I'm worried.
It smells really nice.
Oh, and I've started reading, maybe finally, one of the like books I'm supposed to read on filmmaking, which does sound counterintuitive. The guy who wrote it, his name is Alexander McKendrick. He did a lot of like stuff in the studio system, and then he taught at Cal Arts for like 20 years or something. Even he expresses how he doesn't really like the idea that it's a book, but it's like talking a lot about like story and character, which is great because I finally had my brainwave for what I actually want to write about for term 2. We luckily today have started like some sort of like online summer activities. I have my idea for my like screenplay, because this term all of us have to write, direct and edit our same film, and you round robin with like everyone else, and you have to like do everything on their shoots and stuff. Really look forward to that, but I always get like, I just don't think I'm a very good writer because I feel like I have no story to tell. That's why I'm very glad that it is June. Happy Pride Month though, kids. And remember that Pride started out as the Stonewall riots, so you owe your LGBTQ plus rights to a black trans woman. So Marsha P. Johnson, please let that be right, or I'm going to be so annoyed at myself. Yes, Marsha P. Johnson. Brownie points for Emma, she got that right. So you do owe your rights to her. Yeah, and that started off as a riot. Rioting does work. Why are people like against the concept of riots? You understand the concept that riots work, right? It's the whole idea of you need to go to an extreme in order for anybody to take note of your points. So you have to go in here for people to even listen over here, because people have been protesting peacefully for like in the States for quite a while. What's his name? Colin Kaepernick. With like taking the knee and stuff. The way people react to that was like such bullshit. It's like, okay, you argue about peaceful protests and stuff, but that's what people did, and it didn't do anything.
Where's food?
I don't know when food is. I mean, technically it should be now, but it just doesn't look done because somebody has an aga. Why are you so archaic?
Jason.
I don't want to. I'm scared of my own food. Mother, I'm scared of my own failure. Is it quinoa or couscous? It's quinoa. Couscous? Quinoa. It's getting somewhere. Let me show you. Woohoo! See? Oh my god. Ah, oh yeah. For those of you who have made quinoa before, tell me if this looks okay. Cool. And then when that's sort of done, I will tip this in. Look at these. Oh my god, look at these. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing that just occurred to me because I walked across the room. One of my toes next to my toe next to my big toe is like kind of nailed. It's kind of not good because I ran another half marathon. Not yesterday, but the day before. Heck yeah! I posted about it on Instagram because I was very proud of myself. Mummy, how long did it take for you to get a good picture of me? Took a little while. I've run 300 kilometers so far this year, so I'm kind of like fucking stoked about that. Which is super fun. Somebody commented on a video, my Q&A, for me to talk more about things like self-love, so I'm interested in the rest of you would want that, because like, I do love me so quite a lot, so as ever I want to know what you guys are like, what's on your minds, what you're reading, what you're thinking about. I'm so excited now this looks like it might be going well. Actually, you know, I'm not going to put it on there. I'm going to put it in here. Oh God, God help, God Mary help, Jesus bless me. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, it's so hard. Just 5 more minutes, I think. I've just put the garlic and the naan bread in. Do, do, Oh, that's another thing. Is I've been taking a lot of solace at the moment in like just watching old Harry Styles. Watching Harry Styles, new Harry Styles and Niall Horan interviews and old One Direction interviews. Honestly, it is a miracle that One Direction were ever as famous as they were, because if you watch any of their PR stuff, it's an absolute train wreck, start to finish, every single time. It's really a wonderful, wonderful thing to just behold. 5 minutes and then it's dinner. I love how I was worried about this being too much. Look how dense this is. Oh my god. It's so dense. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh, look at how dense my food is. Yeah, we got plates. Oh my god, Mum, reaction cam, what do you think?
That looks great.
Oh yeah! You know, it like kills me inside when you do things like that.
Why do you think I do it?
Serving options include...
This actually looks good now though, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, anyway, thank you for watching my video. I tried to make nice food and Adam just puts cheese in it.
Back 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Like, subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!